If you're struggling to take cute notes, then your pencil case probably looks something like this. Now, the problem isn't the exterior appearance of your pencil case, rather the contents. This is what my pencil case looked like at the worst points during my note-taking. A completely random assortment of pens. A complete jumble of colours and types of pens. So I have this lilac pen, fine liner, and then I have a turquoisey pen, this broken pen, a pencil. I didn't even have a good selection of writing pens, so I would just steal random pens off people. And having all of these random colours means that the combinations never look aesthetic and always look very random and jumbled. So, in order to make your note-taking a little bit more aesthetic, the first thing that you need to do is sort out your pencil case. This is my new organised pencil case. Obviously, you don't have to get a new pencil case. I just got this because it was a deal. It was £2 second-hand in perfect condition. And the contents of this are much more coherent and much easier for me to take notes. So I have these, first of all, which are my chief writing pens. This is basically the holy grail of aesthetic note-taking. It's simply a black pen, which is so versatile for all the things that you need to do when you take notes. So for example, outlines in titles. It's also great for underlining things or writing points in bold. And while this is honestly the holy grail for those titles and all those cute bits that elevate your notes, of course it needs to be paired with your biro of choice. Now honestly, I've done a bit of experimentation with biros because I've had too many that have just bled through the page or smudged, which is so irritating when you have to take notes really quickly in particular. So I really like these biros. I think they're from Zebra, and I just use these for the body of the text, so then it doesn't stand out too much. It makes it easier for me to do my highlighting, and it makes my titles pop a bit more. And having a combination of biro and your black pen honestly is the thing that's transformed my notes from being disgusting because I wrote just in black pen to actually looking a bit nicer and being a bit more coherent, and also easier for me to go back to because I can see what's important and I can follow my notes. The next important thing that your stationery kit needs is some highlighters. Now I love my mild liners because they just add a cute and slightly lighter touch, but I also go with my Stabilo highlighters, although they can be a bit chunkier and can bleed through the page sometimes. And some of the colours, for example this purple, are a bit too dark and just kind of blind the text. I also love some literally non-brand, just supermarket highlighters that just add a really light pop of colour. And I also have these colours from Bic, which are so nice, and a really thin point to the highlighter, I guess. So, what do I look for in my highlighters? I like a highlighter that isn't too thick and isn't too dark. And it's especially good if you can pair it with other pens. So obviously the mild liners have double-sided, so that's really easy to pair. And I like having some slightly different colours in my palette so my notes don't get too boring sometimes. And obviously my highlighter needs to not bleed through the page. Then I can use my highlighters to note any key points, or sometimes they just make a really simple title and you can add maybe some cute symbols, that kind of thing, to just make your title really stand out. Now, my next stationery essential to point out is these. Now, I think they're marketed as highlighters, but I never use them for highlighting because they're way too dark in general and they smudge quite easily. And I find it, if you can't tell, I find it really hard to make straight lines with highlighters. So it's even harder with these really thin highlighters. But they're from Sharpie. I think they're called the S-Note highlighters, and they're perfect for titles because of the chisel tip, which you can also use on the side like that, and then I generally outline it with my dark black pen. You're probably sleeping on having one of these, so it's literally just a coloured biro, but honestly it's just makes my notes so much nicer. I can use it in titles, I can use it in, say I'm writing a body of text and I just have one key point that I just want to write out in the coloured biro, then I don't need to use a highlighter. It just makes it really simple, and it definitely makes your notes even more aesthetic than when you've got loads of colours going on with all of your highlighters. Generally, to keep my pencil case organised, I have set colours for set subjects. So pink is for chemistry. Maybe I shouldn't have picked such a cute colour for one of my least favourite subjects. It's probably good, motivate me to do some more studying. So having a colour combination makes your notes look so much nicer because there's no chaos going on. Obviously this is just a biro in the colour for that added aesthetic. It works even better paired with the coloured biro. So thank you for watching, and I hope I've inspired you to make your notes a bit cuter. Remember, you don't need to necessarily buy any of these things. A lot of them are things that you can get really cheaply if you don't have them lying around already. And otherwise, not all of them are necessarily essentials, but this is just my suggestions of things that have made my note-taking a little bit better. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more back to school videos to motivate you.